Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Hunter Biden off the hook. China off our coast. If we find the vessel, could we ever get it? And most Americans wish this never even happened. We'll talk about all that coming up. And then Bill will be here with your message of the day. But first, Hunter Biden has reached a deal with the federal prosecutors about his failure to pay about $1 million in federal taxes and his purchase of a handgun in 2018. Hunter pled guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and possessing a firearm while using illegal drugs, which is a felony which would be dismissed with 2 years of probation. He's very unlikely to get any jail time. The lead prosecution in the case says that investigations are ongoing with other issues, but others say that this is the end of his legal liability in all matters investigated by federal authorities, including his work with Burisma in Ukraine. Nothing to see here. Hunter gets away scot-free. A few weeks ago, it was revealed that China wanted to open up a spy base in Cuba, only 100 miles from Florida. We, of course, the Pentagon, denied it. They said that report was inaccurate. 2 days later, the New York Times reported that China had a spy base in Cuba, and they've had it since 2019. Now, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Beijing is planning a new training facility for troops in Cuba. China has a plan called Project 141. It's a plan by China to expand their global military bases and logistical support networks around the world. China already has a foothold in 40 ports in the Western Hemisphere. Update on the small submarine-like vehicle that was exploring the Titanic. 5 people on board. They have enough oxygen for 96 hours in the pitch black. Rescue crews have heard banging every 30 minutes. Now, it's one thing to be able to find the vehicle, but getting to it's another story. First, it takes about 12 hours just to get down there and then 12 hours to come back up. But once an advanced naval craft can get down there, it can't explore down there. It just goes down like an elevator and back up. Are you grateful for the internet? A new poll found 77% of middle-aged Americans between 35 and 54 want to return to a time before society was always connected. You would think more younger people would like always being connected. They don't know any different. But still, 63% of 18 to 34-year-olds want to go back to a pre-internet time. I'm Mike Slater. Bill O'Reilly's here with your message of the day. Next.
Do you feel trapped by mounting credit card debt? Are you making minimum payments every month and the balance barely budges? It's very stressful. If you own a home, there's a smarter way to tackle that debt. With American Financing, use the equity in your home to pay off your high-interest credit card debt. American Financing's customers save an average of $700 a month. Their salary-based mortgage consultants walk you through your savings. No upfront fees, no obligation. You could close in as quickly as 10 days, and you may even be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing specializes in finding solutions for homeowners like you. So today, please call 888-462-9557, 888-462-9557, or visit AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334 and MLSConsumerAccess.org. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Wednesday, it is notable that the Juneteenth Father's Day weekend featured violent shootings all over the USA. At least 11 dead, 61 wounded by bullets. Most of the victims and perpetrators are African American, but law enforcement agencies censor that information, and the national media ignores black violence almost entirely. In Philadelphia, a 4-year-old boy was shot and wounded as he played in his front yard. Police report 50 shell casings were found near his home as rival gang members shot it out. In Chicagoland, the epicenter of black gang crime, at least 5 dead, 30 injured by weekend gunfire. Few suspects have been arrested as drug gangs control many inner-city neighborhoods, and residents know they will be killed if they cooperate with authorities. The police themselves cannot control the violent thugs, as leftist DAs have little interest in prosecuting them. The result is a colossal danger to the poor in minority neighborhoods, and no movement to stop it. Most politicians don't care. The press not invested unless a Caucasian kills a minority. President Biden could not care less. And to be fair, Presidents Trump and Obama did little to tamp down the ghetto violence, which is overwhelmingly caused by young black males who sell dangerous narcotics. The lethal situation has been brewing for years, and the progressive culture in urban areas has spiked it. There are not two sides to the story. Defenseless black Americans face danger every day, and all we hear is dishonest political rhetoric. Shameful. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. All right, let's go to the mail. Sharon, the President of the United States and the Vice President are both making numerous blunders in front of the entire world, while all we can do is cringe. It sickens many of us to watch the madness unfold. We are virtually helpless to do anything about it. That's right. The presidential election put Joe Biden in the Oval Office. You can do something about it in 24. But that's it. That's the reality of our system. Beverly Herman, Chester, California. I was raised in L.A., been a Dodger fan since the 1950s. Wow. I moved to Northern California, but remained a fan. Tonight, my Dodger ball cap went out with the trash. I don't think the L.A. Dodgers are ever going to recover their image. And they're not doing real well on the field, are they? Karma. Lori Reith, Sprague, Washington. Bill, I disagree with your statement that God doesn't want us to judge. This is the most misunderstood verse in the Bible. In fact, I listened to a blog where a Christian denied that Jesus told us not to judge. He would not even eat with people who were openly sinning. Lori, people believe what they want to believe. But what you just wrote to me is not true. Okay? The New Testament, based on Jesus, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, makes it quite clear to anyone that Jesus did not want human beings to judge other human beings, that the deity was to do that. As far as associating with sinners, Matthew, one of the 12 apostles, was a tax collector. Jesus stayed in his home drawing the ire, I-R-E, of the Pharisees. He associated with sinners all day long. That is the truth. I recommend Killing Jesus, Lori, and I hope you read the book. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 496 years ago today, an Italian philosopher died from an unknown stomach illness at his home in Tuscany, Italy. 5 centuries later, he is regarded as one of the greatest political strategists of all time. Here is the story of Machiavelli. Niccolò Machiavelli, born in 1469 near Florence. At the age of 29, he was recruited by an Italian prince to serve as Secretary of Defense. Machiavelli launched a series of diplomatic missions for his principality, meeting the King of France, the Pope, and the Holy Roman Emperor. His political fortunes took a downward turn in 1512 when he fell out of favor with the powerful Medici family. He was accused of conspiracy, put in prison, and then exiled. It was an attempt to regain a political post and the Medici family's good favor that brought Machiavelli back. While in prison, he wrote The Prince, his most well-known work. In it, Machiavelli outlined his vision of a powerful leader, an amoral, calculating tyrant for whom the end always justifies the means. Despite the success of The Prince, Machiavelli was never welcomed back into politics, and when the Florentine Republic was established in 1527, Machiavelli was an object of great suspicion. He died on June 21st, 1527, after complaining of severe stomach pains. At the time of his death, the philosopher was ostracized by the ruling class. Now, he's viewed as a visionary. To this day, the term Machiavellian connotes political deceit, scheming, and outright immorality. And here's something else you might not know. Machiavelli was also friends with another major figure in the Renaissance. During a trip to Florence, the philosopher spent a few weeks as roommate to a painter, his name, Leonardo da Vinci. Back after this. In these tough times, owing money to the IRS can be overwhelming, leaving you confused about the right approach. Scary radio ads about the IRS only add to the stress. But you can relax and breathe easy with Tax Relief Advocates, TRA. Regardless of whether you owe $5,000 or $50,000 in tax debt, TRA ensures you no longer have to fear the IRS. With a proven three-step resolution process and expertise in IRS special programs, TRA helps taxpayers get back on track, boasting 5-star ratings on Google and Yelp, plus an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. TRA is the trusted choice. If you feel trapped by the IRS and debt, do not lose hope. TRA can significantly reduce or eliminate your tax burden and offers a guarantee no payment if they cannot reduce your tax debt. Please visit TRA.com or call 800-575-2193, 800-575-2193. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.